So, sexual partners, they can actually affect our hair growth more than we know, in a good way and as well a bad way. So, let's go ahead, check it out. It's scientifically proven, and as well, it's a spiritual thing too. So, when I'm talking about sexual partners affecting our hair growth, I mean, yes, going inside, having ejaculation, having emotional connections, and your hormones. I tell you, every single time that our hair growth is something that gets its nutrients from our blood-brain barrier, which is our circulatory, our cardiac, and our nervous system. And that is something where as well sexual pieces come to, meaning people can negatively get sexual transmitted infections, and or you can have a negative situation with so much negativity being dispersed emotionally, financially, spiritually, environmentally, that it's affecting your nervous system, your hormones, and in result it gives you a negative feedback response. So ways we can make sure that this is not happening is making sure that we are, let's take a little further back. So why does it first affect? That's the question that a lot of people are like, that's sex, they ain't got nothing, my head is at the top and that is at the bottom. I mean, if you're given oral, you would understand probably a little more, but and technically, oral is towards your digestive system if you're swallowing things and all this extra. I know, it's a lot going on. Do not forget, I'm a certified wellness specialist, a health educator, and as well advanced natural hair consultant. So I'm coming from multiple perspectives, and as well a former health and science teacher. So I'm being very serious, but I as well gonna make it a little cheerful, because remember that the only constant in life is change and creator. So we're never stuck in situations, even if we're experiencing those things at that exact moment. So keep that in mind as I tell you this information. So our brain, our nervous system, that goes to your brain, your spinal, and your cervix. That's all the way down into your reproductive, all the way up to your brain. So GG, I'm sorry. Yeah. Our brain, our cervix, all of this comes together, and when we are in that situation and enjoying all of that, and you know when people want to talk and say, who's your dot, who's your mommy, who's your dad, and you tell them you are, or things like that, you are in actuality programming your body to code to them. And remember that sex is not just it's a ladybug climbing up. Ladybugs are good luck charms, so this is something we really need to talk about. But anyways, when we are in that exchange and saying those things, we are not only transferring and coding in a nervous system way, but we're as well letting all their energy come onto us in a spiritual way. Remember that everybody has an aura field, and everybody is, some people aren't humans, let's keep that 100. But anyways, energy that is being transferred from them comes to you. And remember, especially if you're a woman, your body is like, your vaginal area is like a portal, so it holds on to whatever is being emitted to it. But with that being said, that can be a good thing if you have a good complementing partner, somebody that you trust, that you love, somebody that supports you in positive ways. But even, let's say you're a girl, you're like, I love my man, I love my woman, and you know the things that are happening is not good for you. You're not only just, I'm not judging, I understand, been through the whole situation. You're not just doing with your self-love, self-care, but you are unfilling your cup and pouring and letting your energy be drained to the other person. It is supposed to be a recharge. Actually, it's supposed to be very healthy, natural, and upliftment for both. You should be having glowing skin, long nails, luscious hair, literally, because remember that when they ejaculate, that's protein And their protein should be healthy because they're doing their healthy diets and influences and all of these things. So let's remember that in this process, that just because if you are in a situation that isn't positive doesn't mean that it'll be stuck like that forever, because there are ways to switch up at any time. And no, I don't mean switch up every night, but I'm saying switch up the patterns of within, because a lot of times when we are allowing these type of energies, we're not feeling our own self-worth. That's why we talk about self-love, self-care all the time over here, because it's very important. And when we're not doing that, we are in actuality depleting ourselves and not servicing to our highest good, our highest being, what we're called to be. Remember, we are spirits having a human experience, so we should be living vitality and enjoying the fact that we have the mindfulness opportunities, meaning sight, touch, sound, all of these good things that are given to us because we are a human being. So let's always keep that in mind. Remember that hair is one of the last things that will grow in the body. Luscious skin, long nails, all of that is unnecessary. So actuality, our protein, amino acids, it wants to go to the areas where it needs to be best fulfilled, and then it will go to the places and areas of where we quote unquote want, which, remember, our hair is a crown of glory that could be good or bad. So let's get back again. So scientifically, when we're transferring and being around individuals that are not best for us, our hair goes into a state of rest where it just wants to stay in that state, because we're having a lot of hormones that are not servicing us in our good. That's the negative feedback for hormones, and that's something that can happen over time. You can start seeing brittleness, you can start seeing other issues, even up to illnesses. If our body is starting to be fatigued out, our body can even be fatigued out after a certain point, can start calling illnesses and such. We can start losing weight, all of that. But the cool thing about it too is there is a positive way to have healthy interaction with individuals in our sexual needs too, meaning support, love, filling up our cup, being one with ourselves, so that we are not needing that person to fill everything else up for us. We are getting to a point of alignment of our own personal development, and that person is a compliment. Remember that it's a compliment. That means they're not going to fulfill all your needs and things. Nobody can do that. That's when people start getting into these the 7 deadly sins: gluttony, envy, lust, jealousy, all of these things lacking. And you don't want to lack in a relationship. You want to be able to build. And remember, our Creator said to be equally yoked. Equally yoked meaning your person is equally yoked to you, and you are equally yoked to them. And there is no in between. That's what's going to bring a positive vibration into your love life and into your life in general, because as you start having someone that is very supportive of you on your journey, you are actually being able to go into the other places of life that you may not have experienced at another time. Now, will I say that I got to experience all of these things quite yet? No. I mean, there were points and times that I quote unquote feel, but no, I don't feel that way. But the best thing about on this path is I've been having self-love, self-care for myself, and that is the best love, period. So when you are going into a place like that, you are going to get a person that is able to match and feel and read into that area for you at your right divine time. So even when I'm speaking to you about this, like feeling that lonely, that void, no, if you talk to Creator and say, this is what I want, Creator's going to do that part for you at the right time. Remember that. But that doesn't mean lacking your hair growth and all of that. Actually, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and finds favor from the Lord. And you being a prosperous woman, meaning the positive one, you work on the things of your hand through day and night. You are being an Esther, doing your part, prepping yourself in your beauty treatments and doing for you in your life. You are doing things that enhance your everyday. You are being a loving person to those around you. Can't nothing but goodness come your way after that. Why? Because that's how the earth works. You do good, and good comes and finds you. Now, not saying a clingy thing like, oh, I need this right now, like, and to find anybody, like, don't do that. I mean, I feel like I did that before. Negative, that's that negative thing I was telling you about. And not only will it show in your hair growth, it can show in your skin as well. And no, this skin part was more so of a trauma experience from a situation that I left, and that person like still would not leave me alone. So I had very traumatic situations happen, and it showed in my nervous system and my hair. It was starting to do when I was in a stressful situation, getting through hair school and stuff like that. So remember, it's a hormone feedback. It's your emotions, it's your nutrients, it's your stress levels. All of the things play a big role in seeing the growth that you truly aspire for. And so you have to find balance in life, basically. Balance in all the pieces, all the things. And enjoy as you go. Like, go date yourself. And let's say you do need to get out of a situation that's really negative. First, talk to Creator. Get forgiveness for yourself because you were in that situation, which is the number one thing to get through and overcome all of it. And then make sure you're doing it safely. Like, sometimes it's not safe to just up and leave negative situations. Make sure you have a plan. That's the main part. The plan part is very important, because without a plan, you're just in limbo, and sometimes leaving is very dangerous, and you have to do bit by bit. And remember that that's something that if I didn't do that, I feel like I would have been in a really even worse situation. So keep that in mind as you go and flow when you're leaving situations that no longer services you. And as well, develop yourself and enjoy your life. Enjoy being with you. Find some hobbies you enjoy. These things will then shift that energy that was negatively affecting you and put you in a more place of ease, finding gratitude, attitude for everything, not just the hair growth process. Having certain partners, though, when you go through those experiences, are beautiful testimonies for you to evolve, become new, and transform. Remember in the Bible that the curse was to have the desire of your husband in childbirthing pains. Childbirthing pains is not just about having a baby, it's about the whole process. And the desires of your husband, go figure. Being and dating people that you know is not who you know Creator called you to be with. That's a desire of a husband, because once you lay technically with somebody, then you're in the I forget what it's called, the not the sex bed, the matrimony bed. I forget. It's a bed of some sort, no matter what. So even if you're with somebody and you're not, and you're going to all these people, they start bringing energy. And I don't know if you do or do not know, but once you allow somebody to like do certain things in you, sometimes that lodges into your body until it is able to be taken out through like detox, spiritual work, and evolution, because sometimes it doesn't go away. Sometimes that's that reminder to remind you not to be in that situation anymore. And sometimes we have women that get stuck in all this and they never can get out because they're so honed in on that. And a lot of that has to do with self-esteem, self-efficacy of finishing things, and self-development, self-love, having all these things out of whack. So this is why on this hair growth journey, you can actually shift and get into a place of reverence, of balance, of truth, and it will enlighten you and become a very better, best version of you. And nothing but good will find you and come to you in that process. I promise. Even when it feels lonely, sometimes you may cry. Girl, I be crying sometimes. It's okay. It's okay to cry. And sometimes you gotta just know what Creator told you for your life, though, at the end of the day, because I'm not going to be like this forever. Like, I know that for a fact, but sometimes I have that longing, desire, and that's not okay sometimes. But sometimes it is, because that just means that you're becoming and evolving to who you are supposed to be outside of that, because that is not going to make or break you. It just brings a compliment and a better, not a better, but a new situation to your life, and things when you're prepared and ready and all of that. And so actually, when you're going through these situations, if it is negative, you can actually appreciate and go to a place with Creator, because Creator wants to be there with you through everything, through thick and thin, and wants to get you into your highest place at evolution. So I want you to remember that, even if you are, and if you're in a good situation, skin glowing, all of that good stuff, being with your partner, girl, I love that for you. Okay, I love it. Keep it up and keep evolving and being your very better best version of yourself, because clearly you've been doing something right, girl. And so at the end of the day, I am a certified wellness specialist and as well advanced natural hair consultant, and I can truly get your hair growth on a beautiful journey. Do not forget that we are restoring our tree to grow. Essentially, yes, our hair is a tree. We are like a plant, and we have the ability to plant seeds, inspire others, and inspire change. And I want you to join my free community. I have a plethora of holistic hair care information, and as well, I can go ahead and get you on your highest place through your individualized consultation. You can book and click that link in my bio, and you have a good day and or night whenever you're watching this, and I look forward to working and being and seeing you soon. All right, bye.